We're back with our panel talking about the importance of supportive adults in a child's life. So let's talk a little bit about making the connection between relationships that children make in the school community and academic achievement.
So I think it's important, again, going back to the building a strong relationship with students. When our mentors come in and do that on a consistent basis, we're finding that grades go up, attendance goes up, increases substantially. But again, going back to building that relationship, you can do that. Your students are going to want to be in school, and then you can begin to work on the rigor and ensuring that the student has a plan to get where they need to be. And so it really is creating a model where students want to be in school. Mm-hmm. And if you build that relationship, that's going to happen. And then you can begin to work on the programs, and if we can put programs in place that students are interested in, mm-hmm. Then they're going to want to come to school, and that's highly important, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Academic achievement is the outcome of high school. We want them to graduate.
Right.
But not all students come to high school understanding that connection. So that relevant relationship, that additional adult, whether it's in school or out of school, mm-hmm. will be able to help that student achieve for something greater than themselves sometimes, because they want to perform and make that person proud. And so that relationship, that mentor, is going to give them the scaffolding they need to mm-hmm. get to that achievement. And achievement's different for every student. For some it's A's, for some it's coming to school every day and just passing. Mm-hmm. And that's not minimizing their ability, it's getting them to the step where they're successful.
Mm-hmm.
And I think also, just finding mentors outside of the classroom, outside of the school building, off campus, mm-hmm. Community leaders, graduate students, business people, coming in and sharing their expertise, with students. I think about, IT professionals that volunteer their time in the high school to help with the robotics program. I also think about a story of one of my best friends wanting to mentor one of my football players, several years ago, and he spent time, had lived a similar path, and had encouraged this student to apply for college and showed him how to go through the process of choosing a college. And, so I think it's important to have, people with different perspectives and experiences.
What else do you think about relationships outside of the school community, as Alfonso was mentioning?
Well, outside of the school community, I think your business partners, your faith community is mm-hmm. important. There's so many different avenues to help students and become a partner, become a mentor, and work with students in so many different areas. You don't have to just be from a corporation or a business. You can be a volunteer. You could be a retired person. Some of our mentors are retired individuals, and they have a lot to bring to the table. Experience.
Mm-hmm.
Experience means a lot in our organization. So,
and mentoring doesn't have to be formal.
Right.
Students can volunteer with their families at a variety of things in a community where they're going to be around other adults who are just going to share life experiences. You can be an adult in the community who sees a student at the grocery store, at the gas station, and simply just ask them questions about who they are and what they want to be. So it doesn't have to be, I'm meeting daily with a student. It's just that outreach about, hey, I'm interested in you, mm-hmm. and what do you want to do with life?
And I agree. I think anybody can be a mentor in the community. I think it's, I would encourage community members to find ways, find interests, find, that common ground, and find ways to get plugged into schools and plugged into with students, and, find ways to share experiences with them.
What about the reluctancy that a mentor or someone coming in, a volunteer, might have versus the child's reluctancy too? We were talking a little bit about that as well.
Healthy relationships are hard. They're hard in the best of circumstances. And as humans, our tendency is to look at another person and form an opinion. And it's okay to come in with those opinions, but being willing to listen mm-hmm. and find out that we're more common than we're not. Mm-hmm. And I may look different, I may speak different, I may have a different growing up life, but some of my fears are the same. I also may come from a single parent family. Even though I'm very successful now, my growing up life may be very similar to that student's, and being willing to share that, you know what, I get your struggles, and it may have looked different in the 70s than it does right now,
Right.
but the fears I have or the insecurities are the
pretty
same.
much the same.
Yeah,
Very
they
good.
sure are.
Well, thank you again for your insight. And now we're going to move on to Pflugerville High School senior student correspondent Kennedy Huff.
Thanks, Vanessa. I'll be here all day sharing with our viewers stories about education in Central Texas available on the KLRU website, including a documentary called El Taller about Proyecto Teatro, a program to increase access to the arts for all people, regardless of income. You can find that story by visiting klru.org/American Graduate. We'll have more from Studio 6A in a little bit, but for now, back to New York.